Standing at 7 foot 3 inches, with a 9 foot 4 inch standing reach and a 37-inch vertical, Kristaps Porzingis is a rim-protecting nightmare. So why isn't he brought up in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation? Before we answer that question, let's get to why he's such a terrifying paint presence. Porzingis is a fast player, allowing him to switch momentarily on driving guards to meet them at the rim. And with that length I mentioned, it's difficult for driving guards to evade him, even using the rim as a way to block him. Look at how far away Porzingis takes off to block this shot. Hart goes with his left hand, but Porzingis is still able to hunt it down. Besides these athletic help blocks, Porzingis also drops back a lot in the defensive coverage, and when he does that, his length allows him to get a really high and vertical contest even without getting a long runway. Just like in that earlier Hart block, Oladipo tries to go around the basket to protect the ball, but Porzingis, still without needing to run too far, is able to reach around and block it. According to Basketball Index, players shoot about 14 percentage points worse at the rim when Kristaps Porzingis is contesting. I mean, look at the length and contortion on this contest, my goodness. When you consider all these facts and look at how Porzingis puts together his physical profile, there's a chance that Porzingis is the best, and yes, I'm saying the best, help defender in the league, whether it be coming over and contesting hook shots, going in and blocking shots, or just generally making life miserable for any poor soul that wants to get an open shot in the paint against the Mavericks. He also ranks in the 96th percentile for rim deterrence, meaning that teams shoot significantly fewer shots at the rim than normal when Porzingis is in the game. Look at how he chases down point guard D'Angelo Russell here and completely throws off his ability to score an easy basket. Ignore the arguing after the play. Away from the rim, he was able to contest shots that guards otherwise didn't see players contesting. Look at how far away he is from the players shooting before he actually jumps with a really solid contest. However, this is also where I noticed that Porzingis has kind of a lower motor compared to some other defensive players. Look at in some of these plays where he drops back and instead of hustling back to contest Aldridge's mid-range jumper, he sort of just lumbers towards him. And again on this play, Patty Mills goes for a pull-up mid-range and Porzingis drops back. Kind of waits a second before pretending like he's going to contest it, and then one more time he doesn't even make an effort to go up and contest Aldridge again. Part of his issue is that he didn't have the quickest of feet. Here he could cut off DeRozan's drive if he just shifted over another foot or two. It's still a great contest because of his length, but he relies on that length instead of shifting his feet better. Same thing on this play where he opens up his hips too much to the driving Oladipo, which allows Sabonis to charge to the basket for a fairly uncontested layup. Again, his rotation is just a second too slow, giving Culver an open lane to the rim. This brings me to Porzingis' biggest kryptonite, which was physicality and strength in the paint. Look at how easily Aldridge seals Porzingis in the paint to score a layup. There's a couple of things to notice on this next play. First, look at how deep of position Sabonis gets on Porzingis. Refer back to my last video on Anthony Davis to see how teams can counter this. Second, Sabonis uses his shoulder to momentarily displace Porzingis, opening himself up to not get contested at the rim. Sabonis expertly exploited this weakness. As you can see later in the game, he does almost the same exact thing, even though his post-up starts further away from the basket. And in the final and most egregious example, Porzingis completely avoids, and I mean completely avoids, all contact with Jonas Valanciunas, who goes in for a fairly easy and uncontested layup. With his unprecedented combination of athleticism and length, Kristaps Porzingis is a top-tier defensive player in the league. However, because of his subpar lateral quickness, lack of strength and will in the post, and meager defensive rebounding, a topic I didn't even cover today, Porzingis should not be considered in the conversation for best defensive player in the league. Make sure to like this video and of course to subscribe to the Overtime Heroics NBA YouTube channel, and then when you're done, head over to overtimeheroics.net for daily NBA coverage.